Michaela Benjamin, and Apriana Alexander, all of runners. So we have 6 athletes representing runners, 1 from Bolt and 1 from Trailblazers in the second section of the finals of the girls 100-meter dash under 13.
Yes, and the time there in the 100-meter girls under 13 is 12.53, the games record by Yolanda Lewis.
Yolanda Lewis.
Yeah. And, well, given the first time that we saw, 14 is nowhere close to that time. Hopefully, the girls in the second batch might be able to come close.
So we have 6 athletes or 5 athletes from runners, 1 from Trailblazers, that's Kayla Christopher in the second of the section of the finals event. They're being given the instructions by the starter, Miss Modest. They're on their mark. They're off to a very explosive start. The athlete on the inside, that's Kayla Christopher, had a brilliant start. She's running away from them. The other athlete, that's number 84, she's run 94. That's Kayla Douglas, is coming on strongly. It's going to be Douglas on the far side. They come towards the line. Douglas wins it easy from Trailblazers in the inside and the other athlete from runners. This was a brilliant run from Kayla Douglas on the outside. She finished very, very strongly. She kept her formation. The athlete from Trailblazers was going very well on the inside lane. She had a brilliant start, but Douglas really finished well. She accelerated beautifully in the last final 20 meters or so and was able to win, and a brilliant time of 13.42 seconds, meaning that she's going to be the winner of the girls 100-meter dash on the 13. But we'll wait for the final results, the official results and timing, and we'll be able to give you the specific this event seems to be faster than the previous event. So we can conclude that Kayla Douglas of runners is the winner of the girls 100-meter dash on the 13 in a time of 13.42 seconds. Kayla Christopher Trailblazers in a time of 13.82 seconds. And Tishwana Bascom of Bolt in a time of 14.05 seconds. And
what was interesting, I'm looking at that race, is that Douglas ran barefooted.
Yes, yes, I noticed that too. I didn't really want to mention that because I got some knock for that on previous occasions when I had the opportunity to commentate. But nevertheless, so it means therefore that she can run a faster time.
She can run a faster time. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, precisely, with persons playing their social role and responsibilities, I think people need to start volunteering. It's all well and good we come and ask, but it's always a great opportunity when you can look on and you can come and volunteer. Because I mean, you're looking on now, the Grenada Athletics Association have done all they can. They've put on the meet, they've worked with the Ministry of Health, they've worked with the clubs to be able to get the athletes out and the opportunity to perform. And so when you, Mr. Stakeholder, is looking on and you see areas that you can assist, don't be afraid to volunteer. Reach out and offer an helping hand to the clubs and athletes.
As I said, I look forward in a not too distant future of some of these businesses adopting some of these clubs. Because they're going to need help. They're definitely going to need help. And in the instance which we are now alluding to, in terms of the young lady running without a shoe or spike or anything, but nevertheless, it's good for her to be participating, and certainly she has talent because she won the event, and you can see. So as an athlete who you can look forward to in the future, and those persons who are home in your businesses and things, these young people need help. So please come along and help the Grenada Athletic Association in the development of the talent of these athletes, and maybe next Olympics, you never know, you might be coming home with 4 or 5 gold medals and or many other medals, So, but it's good. At least they're participating. They're off and running. A good start. 4 athletes.
And that's the boys under 13. And out front, 473. And that's Carvel. Out front, he's running away with this one. And it's running away. And he's going to win right now. Ahead of the athletes from Velocity. Carmen James. Winning.
The athlete from Runners on the far outside, he ran a very good race. He finished 4th. Probably he missed the start because the gun went off and he was still down on his mark. But he was running very quickly on the outside, and I would have loved to see him break together with the others. Nevertheless, he'll have an opportunity later in the day. So that is the first of the boys 100-meter dash on the 13 section. Carbon James from MVP in a time of 13.83 seconds.
And I'll tell you something. Calvin James and Christian Lessie have been running 1-2, 1-2 in the 100 meters and the 200 meters. And I was looking forward to see them running in the same heat. But nonetheless, it's a time final. The wind in this heat was 1.7 plus. So good legal wind. And let's see what Lessie will do in the second heat. Because in the second heat of the boys 100 meter under 13, it will be Tristan Peters of runners. Caleb Alexander of SCRS, Tejan Phillip of runners. We've got Tristan Hurst of runners, Zalik Peters of runners, and Christian Lessie of Track Blazers. So the time to beat is 13.83 seconds of the first heat. That was and 13.97 for second place. Let's see who wants it more and what the time will be. 14.22 is the third place time. And let's see if they would offset the times in the second heat. And again, wind or no wind, it's all about the times to beat in this timed finals here at the Kirini James National Stadium. We're getting ready and it's heating up.
Certainly, well, the sun is out. Nice atmosphere here. It's a pity we couldn't have, you know, the fans bring an adrenaline into the athletes and bring out the best in them. But nevertheless, we must, as I said, give kudos to the Grenada Athletic Association, who is doing tremendous hard work in making sure that the athletes who are in training is given the opportunity to participate and have the opportunity to run, jump, and to throw. And with the COVID situation, let's hope that this thing goes away and next year is going to be greater for athletics in Grenada. And also it's great to see athletes like Kishana Charles and Nicole Walters, who are para-athletes. I think Kishana is just close to qualifying for the Olympic Games. I came to the stadium here a couple of mornings to watch Nicole. He's a little bit out on the timing for the 400 meters, but probably he may qualify.
Yeah.
Qualify? You ready? Yeah. Yeah. So my information is that he's right there, and so probably we could have two athletes in the Paralympic. We have a 400-meter runner, and then we have a thrower, Kishana. So Grenada is doing well. We have a lot of young persons participating.
So that throw that almost reached 70 meters there, that's the javelin throw from St. Lucia, that's here in Grenada and training. And we'll get that that distance soon, and to be able to tell you how much meters he actually threw a short while ago.
He's actually training with one of our premier coaches on the island, Mr. Paul Joseph, and he's trying to qualify for the Olympics, and he's here in Grenada. He's St. Lucian, and that's great. That's another good development for our athletics here on the island. They're lining up. We have a big field.
Yeah, that looks like the under 11 boys combined, and yeah, that's the under 11 boys combined. So they're not going to have. Let's see. Let me see.
That is event number 15.
Oh, no, so it's not combined. It's actually heat one. Yeah. So you've got Jai Peters in there. And that's athlete number 18.
We have Jordan Hazard, athlete number 198 of Track Blazers. He's on the inside lane.
And you've got Jaden Strawn, athlete number 27, lane 4, MVP. And they're off, and it's out front. It's Jai Peters, and now here comes Jaden Strawn pumping away, and the athlete from runners on the outside. 124. It's runners 124. Runners are running away with this one athlete and followed by Jaden Strawn. Yeah.
So that's Kashi Stevens of runners. He's the winner of that event. Very competitive one for these youngsters. And that was a good run from Kashi Stevens. So actually the event was merged.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we only have one, and that's a final event. That's event number 15. That's the boys 100-meter dash under 11. A great run from Kashi Stevens. Let's see the time, what kind of time it is, and in terms of the wind speed. The wind seems to be have subsided.
So Kashi Stevens, the time is 14.14, and Jaden Strawn in second place, 14.34. And in third position, we've got Joshua Modest, 14.58. So that's the times and the wind was quite strong, plus 3.5. Yeah. So for the javelin throwers, that's quite good. Getting a little bit of wind on the track now, and that's good. Yeah. So we there we are in terms of the time.
On your screen is Nickel Walters, our para athlete. And this is a good show. This is a good effort.
That's a good effort by him.
A good effort by him, yes, certainly. I'm so proud of this young man. I mean, he's so determined.
We all are. We all are. And I can tell you, all the athletes, once you meet him, you know, we all cheer him on and happy to see him out there doing his thing and really trying to get it, you know. So the second batch of the under 13 boys is on the screen and they're getting ready.
When we have a little time, I'll give you a little joke. Well, it's not a joke, it's a serious thing about Nickel Walters.
Nope. I can't wait to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 4 athletes in the boys. This is the boys under 15.
Under 13.
Under 13?
Yeah. So that's the second batch, because the first batch, they ran 1383, 1397, and 1422. And let's see who's going to win.
We have one, number 183. Athlete number 113. So that's Zalik Peters. He's participating. So it's Peters.
Runners.
We have 204 Christian Lessie. That's the bigger brother of
Rohan Lessie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so look out for him.
Then we have athlete 1112 of runners. That's Tristan Peters. And the final athlete is number 127. That's Caleb Alexander of SCRC. So we have Zalik Peters, Christian Lessie, Tristan Peters, and Caleb Alexander. 4 athletes in the section 2 of the finals of the 100-meter dash under 13 boys. They have to beat a time of 13.83. Let's see how they go.
13.83 set in the previous heat by Cavan James.
Yes, certainly.
So who would it be? And look at Lessie in lane 7. He's the only one
with a starting block.
With a starting block.
Yes, I noticed that. Yeah. They're on their mark. They sit. Good start. Great start by Lessie. He's up and running beautifully. On the inside of him, you can see Caleb Alexander is also going well. But it's Leslie on the far side. He's running away from them. He's coming towards the line. A great formation. He comes towards the line. He takes it very easily. In second position is Caleb Alexander of SCRC. And very close between Tristan Peters and Zalik Peters for third and fourth, respectively. That was a very nice run from Christian Leslie. You can see these lads are well trained. They are into a great program. He came up, extended himself. Then you can see he went into the drive phase and then moved beautifully, 13.71. So he's going to be the winner. Christian Leslie is the winner of event number 17, the boys 100-meter dash under 13. We wait for the time of Tristan Peters. I think his time is going to be faster than the first heat. Caleb Alexander is in second position of SCRC.
So first would be Christian Lessie of the both heats combined. in a time of 13.71. Second would be Calvin James with a time of 13.83. And third will be the athlete running a second, which would ran a time of 13.97. Yeah. So first will come from only the first position come from the second batch, but second and third came from the first batch. From the first batch.
Christian Blessy is the overall winner, and then the other two athletes came from that's Calvin James, and the other athletes that is Jamari Henry. From the first heat.
From the first heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you look at the under 11 boys, I would under 13 boys, I would say the form looks a lot better than the athletes before. But when you look at the Lessie boys, they look very well coached. They look poised, and they're going to be athletes to look forward to into the future.
But certainly, they're the only athletes using the blocks, and to use the block is not an easy thing. It's a technique. You have to learn to come off the block, and at that age, using a block is an excellent thing. I can't remember running with a block at my whole time at my school, my secondary school career.
I ran at Queen's Park towards the wind. I used the block on the grass track. And you had to have be strong to fight that wind.
Exactly. You're coming up against the wind coming from the north. So we're getting ready for the girls 100-meter dash under 15. We have a good field. For the first section of the final.
In lane 3 we've got Lauren McIntosh of MVP. In lane 4 we've got Alina Dikoto of MVP. Lane 5 we've got Talia Sampson of MVP. Lane 6 we've got Emma McIntosh of MVP. Lane 8 we've got Akira Moraine of Trackblazers. Lane 1 we've got Amaya Chandler of Finish Line. Lane 2, we've got Natasha Phillip of MVP, and lane 7, Tadisha Collins of Trackblazers.
All 8 participating.
Yes, that's nice. We've got a loaded field, a full slate, and that's what we want to see. I mean, I want to go back to the days when we saw 3-4 heats,
of 8.
and running good times too, good competitive times.
The determination of the result is based on seconds, not minutes.
That's right.
Yeah, but it certainly augurs well for track and field here in Grenada. And even where we are, it's becoming a little bit humid. So you can understand that outside, the sun is out. Still a lot of cloud cover, but nevertheless, the wind speed has increased and they're getting ready. 5 athletes participating in this event. So we have 4 from MVP. And 1 athlete on the outside, that's going to be from Finish Line. Good start.
And they're off. And there goes Talia Sampson off MVP and Lina Dikoto. On the inside, lane 5, Talia Sampson running away with this one, followed by Dikoto in lane 4. And she's going to win it now comfortably ahead. And Lauren on the 2. So 1, 2, 3 for MVP in this one. And a good race. I think let's see what the time is coming up shortly.
It was very competitive. Actually, the second position ran the first position to the line, so it should be close. Lauren McIntosh.
And I know, I can tell you from having affiliation with that club, Alina Dikoto is the daughter of Leon Dikoto.
One of our great sprinters.
Look at the time, it's 12.55 by
that's a good
by Talia Sampson, and Alina Dikoto 12.93. And when you look back at the times, Alina has already ran 12.70 for the year. So if you look at the time 12.93, she's capable of going faster.
Exactly.
Lauren McIntosh, a time of 13.41, and so it's an all MVP affair. Akira Moraine, Trackblazers, a time of 13.70. And that is the first batch of the girls under 15 100 meter. And so the time to beat set down by Talia Sampson is 12.55.
In the second section of the final, we have all 7 athletes from Trackblazers. In names, Kamaya Telesford, Selena Dragon, Shade John, Tamika Celestine, Talia Dansant, Gina David, and Denisha Scott. We have the wind speed just fluctuating between that 3.6 and 4, and that's certainly good. We have Denisha Scott on the outside. We have Gina David on the inside of her. Then we have Talia DeSant on the inside of her. They're getting ready.
So Gina David is not in that race.
No.
No.
188 is not there.
Yeah.
A good start, and it looks to me like the athlete that is Denisha Scott on the outside, also going very well on the inside of her, is that athlete. But it's all trailblazers that they come towards the line, and this seems to be a very, very slow event, Augustine.
Yeah, athlete number 200 seems to have won this race. I don't think it's faster than the first heat, and it's a time final. Let's see what the time says as they come up.
Sade John won that event, athlete number 200, but that was very slow.
Yeah, so by the looks of it with the eyes, of course it is, the time is 13.32. So first, second, and she will get the third place because she ran 13.32 as opposed to the 13.41 posted by Lauren McIntosh of the first heat. So first and second comes from the first heat, and
the third position is Sade John.
Trailblazers.
Yeah. So that culminates the girls' event for the 100-meter dash under 15. A great run by
the first batch of the athletes, and that's in Talia Sampson, Alina Dikoto, and Lauren McIntosh of 473 MVP. Nonetheless, kudos to the athletes for coming out and participate. It's all an opportunity to get to the next level, and we say close the gap, you know, at every performance.
Certainly. You get sharper with every run.
With every run, with every throw, with every jump.
Yeah, you get sharper.
Yeah, with every performance, you get sharper. So let's close the gap.
We now get into the girls. That's the under 17.
Yeah.
The girls under 17 dash.
So in the girls under 17 dash, in the first heat, what we have is right here on paper, we've got LaShawn Charles, we've got Anne-Marie Francis. No, looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, sorry.
The girls under 17.
Yes. So we've got an athlete number 50 from Carriacou.
Janella John. We have Rihanna Frederick of Trailblazers, Tyresha Wildman, Curdine Phillip, and Sophia Ross of MVP. We have Felicia Batson of Runners, and we have Janisha Hosford of SCRC.
Yeah.
So we have a full complement of 7 at the moment. So we have athlete number 183. That's 183 or 193.
Well, in looking there, I don't think that's
not the event.
No, that's not the event. I'm seeing.
So maybe they're moving forward.
No, I am. Oh, yes, Curdine Phillip is there. That's right. Curdine Phillip is there. I'm seeing that. But I'm not seeing Tyresha Williams for MVP. She's not in that race. And so too is Safia Ross. Safia Ross is not in the race. So these two are what we call DNS, didn't start. But all the others seems to be there.
Okay, so 145 is Janisha Hosford. We have 131. 131 seems to be a late, or maybe they merged the event.
No, it's not merged. 131 is Serena Charles of SCRS. Yes, so maybe they've merged it.
They merged the event, yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's Serena Charles of SCRS. Yeah, Keishi Dominic 190. Yeah, she's in Trailblazers. She's in lane 1.
Azelle Simon of Trailblazers is also there. That's athlete number 223.
Yeah.
She's in the 3rd lane. And then we have 164, athlete 160, Maya Sylvester of SCRC.
Yeah, so they've merged it, and so yes, this is the final, and in the under 17 girls, one batch. So it's a under 17 girls final. Who would it be? Would it be athlete number 145? Would it be athlete 131? Or would it be Kadeen Francis or Track Blazers 193? Who wants it more? So Keishi Dominic, lane 1. Amaya Sylvester, lane 2. Simon, lane 3. Kadeen Phillip, lane 4. Perlisha Batson, lane 5. Serena Charles, lane 6. Janisha Hosford, lane 7. And Rihanna Frederick, lane 8.
So false start. This is going to be a very competitive event. They're off and running. A great start, an explosive one. The athlete from Track Blazers is going well on the outside. So too is the athlete from the inside from Carrico and Petit Martinique, but it's all Track Blazers coming towards the line. And on the inside lane, Track Blazers won it.
2, 3.
1, 2, and 3. The athlete, a very great run from the athlete on the inside there from Track Blazers. That's athlete number 1.
Keishi Dominic.
Keishi Dominic. A brilliant run from Keishi Dominic on the inside. She didn't break too well, but she accelerated beautifully in the final 50 meters. And the other athlete on the outside of her was athlete number Rihanna Frederick of Track Blazers, who was running in lane number 8. It was close between those two, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 Track Blazers. Kamisha Dominic, the winner, in a time of 12.74 seconds. In second position, Azel Simon, also of Track Blazers, on the outside in a time of 13.11. And finishing in third position was Rihanna Frederick. So we called it correctly this time. Track Blazers, Track Blazers, Track Blazers. Kamisha Dominic, Azel Simon, Rihanna Frederick in respective times of 12.74, 13.11, and 13.16. The conclusion of event number 20, the girls 100-meter dash under 17.
And they ran that in a negative wind, 0.5.
Yeah. And the previous event was they had 1.5 wind speed. So there's fluctuation of wind here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. One would expect, at our advantage point, we can see the trees fluttering now and then. So the breeze is not consistent. We're having a heavy breeze now.
Yes,
yeah,
you can see the trees dancing.
Yeah. Heavy.
Almost like they're about to limbo.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a nice time to be at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. The weather outside is slightly overcast. The wind picks up now and again, and so not too much wind for the sprinters. Just enough for the throwers at times, and let's see what happens as we move along to the boys under 17 100-meter dash. So on the track, we've got 4 athletes. We've got Caden Williams, SCRS, Samuel Green, Fusion, Tyreek Barnes, Track Blazers, and Kenan George, runners.
Well, you seem to only have three
athletes.
Athletes.
Yeah. So the athlete in lane 2 is no longer there. So we've only got athlete, it looks like, in lane 3.
We have Tariq Barnes for sure of Track Blazers. And then we have the 2 athletes from SCRC?
SCRS, yeah.
SCRS.
Rising Stars.
Yeah. That's Mr. Lee Coffey's outfit. So we have Samuel Green, Tyreek Barnes, and Caden Williams.
So Williams of SCRS, lane 3. Green of Fusion. And they're off. And it's Green of Fusion. Green of Fusion, and there goes Trailblazers on the outside, but it's Fusion all the way. Green running away with this one, and he's going to win it easily. Followed in second place by Barnes of Trailblazers, and that's it. It's 1-2. And in third place, we've got Williams of SCRS. So the wind is 0.6, and it's under 17 boys in a time of 11.51 seconds. And in second place, Tyreek Barnes, 11.70, and Caden Williams of SCRS in 12.72. Again, it's a time final, and that's the boys under 17 100 meter.
With a negative wind speed of 0.6. So that's a good run.
Yeah, that's a good run.
That's a good run for on a 17 guy doing 11.51. That's a very good time. So we look to see the situation when it comes to the 200 meters. It seems that the javelin show is coming to its final stages. Couple athletes milling around there. We'll try to check to see what is happening. But that is it at the moment for the 100 meters on the 17. We await the event number 22, the women's 100 meter dash. And that's going to be an open event both for boys and girls. Then we have the dash for 20 plus. And then they'll be going into some jumping, both long jump and high jump, which they are starting to prepare for.
Yes, well, we look forward to that. I look forward specifically to the girls, the women 100 meter dash on the 20. And that is, because I've got interest there.
Yeah. Shante Augustine.
Yeah, she's only 14. She should run the under 17, but, for competition's sake, she would be running in the under 20 division to see if she can get her times to be lower.
Certainly. So she was expected to participate and represent Grenada at the games, the Carifta Games.
Yeah, Yeah. It's the good thing about Shante, and I'm speaking from the father position here, is that she is excited. She wants to be an Olympic champion, and so when you watch over the years, you notice that she is not one of the athletes that fall off in terms of her performance. She's just steady, and I'm working with her. Her mom is working with her. Her aunt, Sheena Williams, is also working with her, giving her great encouragement. So she's got good family support from her daddy, her mommy, her family overseas, and there are private stakeholders who have donated spikes and things like that, and things for her to be able to compete. So, I want to thank all those people who have come out and assisted and lend their support. She were in the early stages. I had her trained with Coach Lee Coffey, and now we're training with Albert at MVP. So, everybody who participated and assisted, let me say thank you. To raise a champion, you need support from a lot of support. Yeah. And I want to encourage, all the stakeholders out there, listen, adopt a club, adopt athletes, don't wait till they become international stars and then want them on your label. We need the support now. We need to help them get to the next level. And when you help athletes get to the next level, it's a transformation of the society.
Yes,
can you imagine how many athletes who would have gone on, whether it's in football or whether it's in athletics or cricket, who got an opportunity to further their education onto and have turned out to be excellent individuals. We've got coaches now that are Hall of Fame coaches outside of Grenada, and it's true sports. You look at Francique, who's coaching, in Texas A&M, and you look at all these other coaches that are doing well. You look at our local coach, Paul. You understand what he's able to do, produce a world champion, and so on. You look at Albert Joseph. Started with Kirani James and moved on. So I just want to say thank you to all the coaches who've given invaluable service and continue to, I want to encourage the stakeholders out there. Listen, get involved.
Relative to what you just spoke about, we don't only want them to support on a one-off situation, because it's a continuous process. So the support must be continuous in order for the development to continue. And I'm very happy to hear that the support that she's getting from family, because that's tremendously important. It's more important than the coach's support and the financial support from stakeholders. The family, that family. So because if you're not supporting them, you're letting them know that you're satisfied with what they're doing, you're happy with what they're doing, that impetus alone gives them the opportunity to develop and to progress as time goes on.
Yeah, and I quite agree. A lot of kids wouldn't mind, whether you're swimming, whether you're playing football, to look back in the stands and know that your mother on the sideline, or your daddy on the sideline, or auntie on the sideline, or your favorite teacher on the sideline looking on, or Mr. Private Sector, they're looking on, watching to see how much more you can sponsor and give up. I mean, the support is tremendous, and we hope that people will continue to support the athletes in whatever shape or form.
This is why what TNR is doing is so tremendously important.
Exactly.
Because we didn't have that before. You understand? So you as a father or an aunt, you can stay home today, Saturday, while you're washing and watch your son, if you can't be here, or your daughter participate. And that's so important. So kudos to TNR Communications in collaboration with the Grenada Athletic Association, who has seen it fit and important, very important, for them to be streaming these events live.
And in looking at the screen, that looks like the boys on the 20 100 meter that's getting ready to run off there.
Yeah, the boys on the 20, we had 8 athletes to participate: Akil Roberts, Jaheim Sandy, Raquel Telemark, Kyle Regis, Bal Erland Charles, Randy John, Akil Francis, and Josiah Cooper. So Josiah Cooper is not participating. Oh yes, he's there. Kyle Oliver. So it means that the event is merged.
Yeah. Ricky Telemaki of Fusion, Kyle Regis of Ace, Erland Charles of Force MVP, Randy John of MVP, Shavin Charles of Trackblazers. So we're getting ready for the start of the boys under 20 100 meter dash.
So we have Charles, we have Cooper, we have Oliver, we have Telemark. There's some speed in there.
We've got Randy O'John. And who wants it more? Will they go under 11 seconds?
Well, hopefully. At this time of the year, in the athletic season,
and the boys under 20 should go under 11 seconds with ease.
Yeah, very much so. The national record, the guys doing 9 point. A lot of guys doing 9 point and 10 flat.
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be a good event.
They're off and running, and who's making the early run in there? And it's Olivier on the outside, in lane 2. He's running away with this one. Running and coming to the line. He's really catch him. No, he ran out of real estate.
Oh, this was a great
closing speed by the athlete from Trackblazers, but Olivier winning that one and winning it easily. What is the time? Did he get under 11 seconds? I'm excited to see. Only time will tell. But a great run by Kyle Oliver. Oh, and he certainly did. 10.94. I told you the boys got to go under 11. Yeah. Good run by Kyle Oliver. He ran away with this one. Closing on him quickly was Shavin Charles from Trackblazers, and he ran 10.98 too. Good closing speed. That was an exciting race to watch. And
good time.
Yes, good time.
Excellent time.
Good time. The win plus 1.7. Yeah, a good time by the guys running under 20. Hopefully in a year or two they can get it down to 10.5, 10.4. Yeah. And then 2 years from now,
10 flat.
Well, taking a whole second of your time in a year is a lot of work, man. You have to put in the work. Yeah.
A good run by Kyle Regis from Ace at a time of 11.1 seconds. But this was a good event. It was very competitive, and Oliver ran beautifully. When we get the replay, you can see he had all the facets of 100-meter running in place. He broke explosively. He came up, his drive phase was very good. And then when he accelerated beautifully. So a good event. One of the good events today so far, a time of 10.94 from Oliver. And in the couple events I watched him, you could see that he's improved over the last 2 or 3 runs that he has had.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching Kyle a few years now, and I can tell you he's certainly improved this year, and I'm looking forward to see his time lowering towards next year, getting closer to the 10.6 mark, 10.5 mark, and he's got to put in the work. You know, what you put in is what you get out of it. And we're getting ready for the start now of the women open or under 20 girls 100 meter.
No, that's what women's open dash.
Women's open dash.
Yes, we have Aliyah McDonald from SCRC in lane 1. Then we have that's Kishwana Phillip in lane 3. Then we have
in lane 4.
In lane 4, and then we have Shante Augustine in lane 2. And on the outside of Shanti, we have
Krista Abel.
Yeah. So it's 4 athletes participating in this one. So let's see the time from Shanti Augustine.
Yeah.
I expect Aliyah McDonald to have a good run also.
Yes. Yeah, well, I haven't seen a time from Aliyah McDonald, but the 2 faster times I've seen on paper here is Kishwana Phillip, 12.46. Shanti Augustine, she has already ran 12.4 earlier this year. And Krista Abel ran a 12.77. So let's see if they get under the 12.4 mark. That would be good if they can, get closer to 12 flat. We haven't seen a young lady ran 11 seconds in Grenada in a while. In a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. So let's see. They're waiting on the starters' instructions. Shanti looks relaxed. Both Kishana and Krista hands on waist and anxiously awaiting the instructions. And McDonald on the inside in lane 1, she looks a bit relaxed as well. So McDonald, I'm not sure if she's using the blocks. The blocks look set up for the MVP athletes, but we'll see. Yeah. So in that field, Kishana and Krista, I know they are actually under 20. Shanti is the only one that's 14 years old. And so she should actually have been running in the under 17 category.
So she's gone up to challenge herself. That's great.
Yeah. And that's what you want to see the young athletes doing, because, when you go to Carifta, you will be running with athletes older than you. So
certainly
getting the competition at home is an excellent way to start.
She's testing the waters.
Yeah. So who would it be? And they're off. And there goes Shanti and Kishana on the inside. Who is in the lead now? It's Shanti. A slight lead ahead of Kishana Phillip. And here comes Kishana, but Shanti is still in the lead. So here comes Abel. Here comes Shanti. And Shanti is going to win this one, followed by Kishana Phillip and Krista Abel. Did they get on the 12-4? Only time will tell.
Could be close. Yeah. But it's a good run from the 4 athletes here.
Yeah.
Shanti Augustine, an athlete who is improving all the time. One that is with great expectations for the future. 12.73. Shanti Augustine of MVP in first position. Aliyah McDonald, Kishwana Phillip finished in second in a time of 12.80. And Krista Abel in third. 12.83, and Aliyah McDonald finished in 4th position in a time of 13.6.
With a minus wind of 1.2.
So that's a good run.
Yeah. And not considering both Kishana and Shanti just finished running the hurdles about half an hour ago.
Yeah.
So
that's a good run.
That's a good run by these 2 athletes. Minus 1.2 headwind, and that's a great time by these 2 athletes.
11.5 and 11.2 0.6 respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good going.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she may look up at the time, but when the coach explains the difference in the wind, she would be happy that it's an excellent time of running here at the National Stadium. So I think we're almost done with the 100, or do we've got?
We got the boys 100-meter open. Yeah, we got the boys 100-meter open dash. Well, actually, there were 6 athletes down for that, but they're moving the block, so we finish with the 100-meter running. So the field events relative to sprinting in the 100-meter capacity is over, and now we're going over to the jumps. Boys long jump, girls high jump, boys long jump open, and so we'll be looking down just below us to the left of us here, but the you're looking on your screen to the far side at the left. The javelin is still in process. One would appreciate and understand that in the javelin events, you have the first 3 throws, and we had about 14 or 15 athletes participating. So the elimination process would have taken place, and it most likely now coming down to the conclusion with the final 3 or 4 athletes who are in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking about the 100-meter race and the performances that have gone before, and I think that some good running by Shante Augustine and Kyle Olivier and Christian Lessie,
yeah.
and so outstanding good running. Even the younger brother Rohan Lessie, good running by him. Cavan James, so the young lady in that won for Fusion the first race in the 80-meter, she looked good.
She looked very good.
Very promising, even though she's on the 9. And so yes, we had some good running. I mean, the times are not world class in terms of what you're looking for yet, but you have to given the fact that over the last 3 years, what has happened with our athletics, no intercall, no school games, yeah. And the fact that we've had COVID now, where athletes are now getting the opportunity, because you remember last year on the day when we were supposed to have national champs is when we found out the country went on lockdown. So given what has happened and what has transpired, the times are quite respectable, and we're looking forward to the other sprints like the 200, the 400, what is to come, and the athletes showcasing like, hey, look, we're still training, we're getting an opportunity, and 2022 we will be back and greater.
It should be greater. Yeah. And the more opportunities they get to run, the sharper they get. So we're really looking forward to that, and we must give credence to the abilities of the athletes that we've seen here, but also the commitment for them to continue training in the atmosphere that exists not only in our country but in other countries all around the world with this whole situation with this COVID.
Yeah, and I share that sentiment with you exactly. I want to give a shout out to all the parents who continue to encourage your children to continue to get out there in the pastures, on the beach, on the hillside, wherever they train. Get out there, work with them, continue to support them, tell them you love them, show them you care, spend time with your children, because when that time is gone, you can't get it back. So I want to encourage all
time that this thing happens.
Yeah, I want to encourage all the mothers, fathers, aunties, nannies, and so on to play your supportive role and to encourage the youngsters to do positive things and let the results speak for themselves. Sports is not like it was long ago. Sports right now is an opportunity to help your children achieve other levels in life that was unattainable before. So use the opportunity that they have, especially if they've got a God-given talent. You can see it, help them nurture it, and to become successful human beings in whatever field they may choose, because sports can now be the platform to that successful life in the future. So by the looks of it, we are in the final rounds of the javelin throw. Athlete number 80. That would be a full throw outside of the
line.
The line.
And also just short of 60
meters, yes.
The sun has left us again at the stadium. So the sun is flip-flopping today, but we have had no rain here, and that's good, so that the event can continue and run smoothly. Also, we must also give commendations to the people who are officiating, actually the managers of the meet, to have the events running, because we have events running simultaneously in order for us to, finish on time this afternoon. We expect to conclude 86 events here, which is a lot. It's a lot of events. And then taking into consideration athletes who have to do more than one disciplines. So it's good. And we're happy that the meet could actually come off. And let's see how things go as we go down towards the second half of the year. This young man on the screen is seen as a St. Lucian. He's coaching with Paul Joseph. He's trying to make the quality. This is a good throw. This is just around 70 meters. This is an excellent throw. He's trying to qualify for the Olympics. So he has come to Grenada to train with Mr. Paul Phillip, one of the outstanding field coaches in the Caribbean. But he's more than a field coach. He's a good coach. He's a great coach. I happen to walk along with him at Presentation College. He likes the throws and so, but he's a coach who has abilities in sprinting and all the other events. And he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. When you meet Mr. Paul Phillip, it's just people that you gravitate to. When he speaks, you would listen. And guy. As a youngster, you would want to follow his command and do exactly what he says in order to improve. But the guy has thrown almost 70 meters on every throw, so it looks like he's getting there.
Improving.
And he's improving nicely.
Yeah.
It's in looking at the javelin shows, and you think back to when you were growing up and you were, what we say in local parlance, stoning mangoes and playing things like games like out a man for your bat, where you actually stoned the wicket.
Exactly.
Didn't realize how you developed your throwing arms, and
the strength in the arm.
The strength in the arms, and learning how to synchronize the throwing of an object with the arm, because a lot of the times it's not the power, but it's the technique and how you release from the hand.
The accuracy also, because when Anderson said I used to pelt mangoes, you had to be accurate to pick your mango.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yes.
Mangoes of the day.
Yeah.
Certainly we have improved tremendously in the area of throwing. But a couple of years ago, I met this guy. I brought the school here to the intercollegiate games, and I had a guy in the junior division, because at our school we didn't really have a lot of senior guys. I'm speaking specifically about PBC, and I had this guy Antoine, a young man who ran well and Anderson Peters was a sprinter. He won the junior 100 meters that year in the intercollegiate games. So the guy has speed, and also he has the art and thing. And I think the speed also helps you with your throw, the velocity in which the intensity which you go towards the throwing pit helps you. And when I saw this guy, and he was under Paul at the time, and I say, Paul, the man throwing javelin, and he's also sprinting, and he tell me this guy is multifaceted. He's very, very talented.
Yes, and well, when you look at throwing and so on, you can't just have a strong arm.
No.
Your whole body has to be
approach to the
approach, and you run up and so on.
Very important. So it's a coordinated whole activity. That's correct.
That's correct. So yeah, I remember hearing that Anderson was a sprinter and so on, but he kept getting hurt, and that's when I talk about loving the sport and seeing a child have a natural ability. So his ability to switch from sprinting, because he keep getting hurt in the sprint event, and to now become world champion in a javelin throw, tells you his commitment to sport. So they use that opportunity now as a springboard to help him move on and achieve his goal in life.
Transition.
He wanted to be a champion.
Yeah.
Whether it was sprinting, whether it was throwing, whether it was jumping, he became a champion. And so now, I'm sure he's happier. He can be called world champion.
Not only that, he has just last week graduated from his university with honors. So the point that you were just making in terms of the sport, it gave him an opportunity to get a scholarship in a university, whereas in normal circumstances, probably his parents didn't have the financial ability to send him to university. So the young people who are listening out there, sport is not just sport anymore. Sport is a business. It's a career development. It's an opportunity for you to have a career after sport.
And term sport too. I remember when I was growing up, they used to say, my grandmother always used to say, go to school, get a good education, and don't do as I did. All right? And that's the kind of message I want to send to young people out there now. Sport was that kind of message back then. Because when I was growing up, not much people older than me went to secondary school. And they told you when you graduate with a diploma, you had to have a diploma, a certificate, in order to get a job. And now they're telling you have to have your master's. You have to have it. So sport now is your master's. And that's the point that I'm making. Sports is an excellent opportunity, a platform to help you get to the next level.
Well, in this dispensation, you have to have more than one master.
Yeah, more than one master. And not only that, you know, when you come out with your masters now, they're asking, where's the experience?
Where the experience?
So, yeah, you know,
but the world is so diverse now, you know, you're in an accounting field and the place closed down. So if you have an accounting degree and you have a civil engineering degree and you have some other degrees, it's very, you know, I always watch and I follow intrinsically the networks and so on. Most of the people who presented on CNN and so, besides being journalists, they are lawyers. So they could understand implicitly when they're interviewing people, the kind of language that is being used. And depending on the topic and issues that they're dealing with, they know how to understand and appreciate what is happening and in the whole developmental process. But just now, I wanted to go back to Nickel Walters and the commitment this guy had. He was at the school, he always loved to play cricket. And so we had our team and we were going down to play GBSS at Tantine. The whole week he begged me, so God, give me a play now. Pick me on the team. I said, Nickel, this is what going on. The GBS is going and play. And you know your situation. Preston Maxwell was the fast bowler for GBSS. Preston Maxwell is now playing for the West Indies. Yeah. And he living in the area of Preston, so he telling him during the week, what you go do him? Or you go box him away and you go hook him and thing. So, so I gave Nickel the opportunity to play the afternoon during 13. Gone out, we lose a couple wickets and thing. And so he gone out to bat maybe number 7 or 8, low down in the batting. So the fella, the captain and thing, put on Preston. Preston come in and bounced Nickel. And well, it's a good thing he had a helmet and scatter him on the You know, he gets up, he come out. And when the ninth wicket thing, he want to go back in and bat, you know. That is the kind of determination he have. And I'm certain that this guy is going to do well. And like the public relations officer just intimated to us that he's close to qualifying for the World Cup in the 400 meters. Well, that's so good. We would be happy if he certainly achieves the time and qualify. I'll be so we look for him today and make sure he gets to the time and cheer him on all the way to the finish of the 400 meters so he can get to the time. On the screen, the final rounds of the javelin is happening. And in the meantime, you're not missing any track events at the moment. There's a lull. There's going to be preparation for the jumps are going to be happening at the moment. Girls high jump, boys long jump, boys throws. Most likely they'll be probably getting into based on the schedule on the program. The 400-meter dashes are going to be happening very soon. That's in the under 17 boys and girls category, and the girls 400-meter open and dash under 20. So that's what we're preparing for. In the meantime, you can have a look at the throws over on the far side. That's Nickel Walters in the dark there. 228. 228. He's now coming in front of your screen so you can look at him. Probably you'll have to cheer him on next month in the Olympic Games, in the Paralympic. So it looks like he's up. He's about to throw. He selected his javelin. Yes. And awaiting his instructions there.
So height and flight, the name of the game when you doing the javelin. Height and flight.
Elevation.
Yes,
Elevation.
not too high because it falls really quickly.
Yeah.
But you know you want to get you have to get the angle right. And let's see if athlete 227 can do so and get a good distance, well over 60 meters, close to 70. And he's launching that one.
A lot of elevation.
Yeah.
It's just short around 50 meters, 50, 55 meters.
50, 55 meters,
Not bad.
Not bad. Continue to work on those throwing.
The technique, he had too much elevation. The javelin went up too high. It has to be elevated, but it has to be elevated at a certain level. So it travels with speed and goes, you know, a long way based on your technique. The arm. This is Michael Walters. He makes that show. Good try.
Yeah,
he's not
very
getting
good
it.
try.
Yeah, he's not getting it perfect, but he will in due course and time. Yeah.
So I see coming up on the track, they have already put the list up for the girls on the 17 400 meter. Lane 3, Alian Gidari, Trackblazers. Lane 4, Kadeen Phillip, 473 MVP. Lane 5, Shefana Houston. And SCRS, Lane 6, Calvisha Joseph, Trackblazers. And Amaya Lewis, Bolt. And these athletes are going to be running in the final of the 400 meter under 17 girls. And I will tell you that Shefana Houston, has already ran on under a minute for the year.
She did a 59.63.
Yeah, so she's the one to beat there. And running well is also Kadeen Phillip and Calvisha Joseph. So she's got a nice competition for that 400 meter. I'd like to see them get down to 58, you know, because these are athletes that are actually, even though they're under 17, running under 17, some of them are just 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're learning the trade.
So they're learning.
And the times are good, so we only could suppose that the timings would improve.
Because Shefania is actually under 15.
It would have race, it would have 100, but that was a good race. Yeah.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, we were just saying congratulations to Kyle Olivier, who ran a good 10.94, looking well. Haven't seen him this good in a while, and hope that he puts in the work this season and the next year and come back with a 10.6, 10.5, somewhere thereabout. And so and then the scouts would be all over him.
It's all about perseverance.
And he'd have to say goodbye to Daddy for about 2-3 years. You know.
Dad will love that.
Yes, you know, Dad would be happy.
This was an excellent throw.
Yes.
In the javelin. So you're getting ready for the 400 meters on the track, and as soon as our cameras go over there, they're there now. We have in Trackblazers, that's Alian Gadari in lane 2. In lane 3, we have Kadeen Phillip of MVP, Shaffonia Houston of SCRS in lane 4. In lane 5, Calvisha Joseph of Trackblazers and Amaya Lewis of Bolt.
Yeah. And I can see past Shaffonia Houston here in lane 5. Looks like the gun didn't go off there. So, Shefana decided that she's not going to go with the blocks. She's going to move it out. And one of the things about watching her train on afternoons in Tantine, she's very serious. So she looks good.
Athletics is not a joking thing. It's a lot of repetition.
And they're off. Who's going to make the early running? On the outside, on the outside in lane 5. It's Shafana Houston already gone past Ali and Gidhari. Trailing in the back is Kadeen on the inside in lane 3, but there goes Shafana Houston going down the back stretch, running away with this one, looking good, pumping, trying to get a good time this time, while the others are pedestrian in the back, towards the back, and there goes Shafana. She's approaching the 200-meter mark now, and she's running. I think she's running against the clock here. She's not in competition with the field, running away. Her bags are packed. She's on the turn, getting closer to 150, and you can't even see the other athletes in the frame. And here she goes on the turn, coming off slingshot towards now, and here comes Kadeen trying to close the gap, but no one's going to be catching her. It's Shafana Houston all the way, running away with this one, pumping hard, eyes focused towards the finish line, and she's going to win this one comfortably and running away. A good time. Would she get under 1 minute? Yes, she does. I'm sure. She's run a great time. Let's see what the time will be. And jogging towards the finish line now, Kadeen Phillip of MVP and Gidhari of Trailblazers. So let's see. I think it's a great time by Shafana Houston of SCRS. She's gone well under a minute, and it's a great time, 57.86. And I was saying that to you earlier. A great improvement by Shafana. Yeah.
Shafana Houston. Cheers from the crowd downstairs. This is a good run in the 400-meter dash for the under 17 girls. Yeah. Shafana Houston of SCRS in a time of 57.86. Kadeen Phillip of MVP 1 minute 4.5 seconds, and Kelvisha Joseph of Trailblazers in a time of 104.9. Alian Gedari.
So I called it. I told you from her training and what I've seen she's been putting in, she would go in a good time, and it's a very good time here, 57.86, an excellent time, and we're looking good.
Yeah, and she kept her form. She was upright in the home stretch. She actually accelerated coming into and she was cognizant of the fact that she wanted to do a good time. You could see that. Yeah. She ran to the line because the other 3 athletes were not in competition with her, so she could have eased and just win the event, but she was looking specifically for her time, and this is excellent.
Well, congratulations to Shafania and her coach and her family. I know her mom's extremely proud. Lee Coffey. Congrats, Mike Baptiste, the guys at SCRS. Congratulations. An excellent time by this 13-year-old. She's running well, and looking forward to see what next season would bring. Yeah. Continue working with her. Congrats. And to the other athletes, continue to work, close the gap, and come back better next season.
So we got ready for event number 29, the boys 400-meter dash under 17. 7 athletes based on our program. That's Shamani Hannibal of Fusion, Elisha Williams of Trailblazers, Aiden McIntosh of MVP, Bri Tika of Runners, Tayshawn Frederick of SCRS, and Joshua Richards of MVP.
Yeah. So you would notice that there is no Tayshawn Peterkin in the under 17.
No.
Yeah.
Tayshawn Frederick.
Yes.
SCRC. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tayshawn, I know is not participating. Yeah. He's out with an injury, and so we've had some athletes that are out with injuries from different clubs that would have been participating at Whitsuntide, and hopefully we see they come back next year stronger and better.
Well, this is a good throw. This is a good, but it didn't stick.
Yeah.
Good technique, good speed to the board.
On the inside, it's Aiden McIntosh, followed closely by the athlete from Trackblazers on his inside. He's tracking him down and closing the gap as they go down towards the backstretch. And on the inside, it's the athlete from Trackblazers getting there. And yeah, here they go down the backstretch, and that's the athlete Williams. It's Williams and McIntosh on the turn, getting close to the 150 mark. It's still Williams over McIntosh. Trackblazers all the way, and they on the turn, and he's pumping hard. He's taking deep breaths and opening the gap, widening the gap, and there goes Williams all the way. Trackblazers, he's going to run away with this one, followed in the distance by Aiden McIntosh of MVP. And there he goes now, wins across the line, and he wins this one. A good time probably in the boys under 17 400 meters. And that was Williams of Trackblazers, Elijah Williams, and in third place it looks like the athlete from Fusion Hannibal.
Shamani Hannibal. We're waiting on the unofficial results. That's the boys under 17. The record in that event is 48.94, set by Jalen Diet. So Elisha Williams of Trackblazers in a time of 51.40.
Aiden
McIntosh in second of MVP 55.02. Then Shamari Hannibal of Fusion in third position in a time of
And in that race before with Shefana Houston, she actually broke the game's record, yes?
Oh, certainly. She did a time of 57.93, eclipsing 1 second of the record held by Janisha Thomas in 2019 of 57.94. We always thought that was an excellent run from since the event started. Yeah. She kept her form. She came into the home straight. She was upright. She still had form, and she accelerated towards the line and ran very hard towards the line. So that run was a run where in the back of her mind she knows she wanted to achieve something, and she broke the record. This is an excellent throw by the young man from St. Lucia, who is training here in Grenada under the guidance of Mr. Paul Phillip. He's trying to qualify for the Olympics in the javelin. That throw is somewhere between a 6-1 and 6-2.
Yeah. But in his 3 previous throws, I noticed he is close to on or just over the 70-meter mark and consistently throwing round after round in that vicinity.
Yes,
so he looks like a bright prospect, and certainly once he continues to put in the work with Coach Paul, I'm sure he will get there and get there very quickly qualify very quickly. Yeah. But again, congratulations to Shefania Houston, who just broke a record a short while ago, 57.93, eclipsing the old mark of 57.94 by Grisha Thomas.
So we have concluded the under 17 boys 400 meter. That's event number 29. So we're going into the dash now. That's the 400 meter dash, and it's an open event for girls. We have Doisha Lewis from Runners, Crystal Archibald of SCRS, Serena Richards of 473 MVP, Kelsey Lambert of Velocity, Ansa Cooper of Runners, and Jamara Patterson of Finish Line. Those are the athletes that were entered in the event. They seem to be all participating, so we await that.
Yeah, I remember Jamara Patterson from the Intercall days. She running for St. Joseph Convent, St. George's. Yeah. Serena Richards come along. She runs for Boca Secondary School. And I remember the days of Conrad Francis and the Boca Secondary School girls running the 400. Charmaine Ross, Laura, and so on. All these girls.
As you mentioned, I think Mr. Francis is here with the officials today.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's good to see that he's back. And he's assisting in the sporting arena. They're on their mark.
So who will it be? Who wants it more in the girls' open 400-meter dash? And they're off. In the early running, it's Serena Richards on the inside, and there she goes, going past the athletes of Velocity, and she's going down the back stretch. Looks like Serena has taken a page from Shafonia's book. She's running against the clock, and there's no one close. She's running down the back stretch, getting towards the 200 mark now, running away with this one. Clearly way ahead and running against the clock. She's now crossing over into the 200 mark. Form's looking good, and she just glanced over her shoulder. Don't know why, but she's continuing to run, go down towards the 150 mark, and there goes Serena Richards as she come around the bend, and she'll be well clear ahead of everyone else towards the home stretch now, and she's starting to pump, holding her form steadily. Is Serena Richards. She's running and running well, keep nice and upright. How fast would she get? 54 seconds. Would she run faster than she's run very close to the time of Shafonia Houston.
Yeah.
So she was just under 57. Would she get to 56? I'm not sure. Only time will tell. Let's see. And here comes the athlete now finishing in second place, and
that is Kelsey Lambert of Velocity.
Velocity in second place. So Serena Richards all out there by herself, just running against the clock, and we'll see what time she posted in the 400-meter girls open. .31. So it would have been a close race between Serena and Shafonia Houston if they had ran in the same race. But let's see. Again, no wind reading in this one, but a good race, a good run. Just running by herself. It's never easy to run by yourself out front and running against the clock.
You're being pressed, yeah.
Yeah.
So the result for the girls 400-meter dash open: Serena Richards in a time of 57.31, representing 473 MVP. Kelsey Lambert of Velocity in a time of 1 minute 9.01 seconds, and Dovisha Lewis of Runners in a time of 124.74.
And well, I know Serena Richards hasn't had the ability to train. She was recovering from a hip injury, and so for the better part of the year, only if I were to be honest, she only got about 1 week training. For over a year, well, and to post a time of 57.31 under a minute is excellent, considering that you had a hip injury that you were nursing for almost a year.
Certainly. We're looking at the lineup for the event number 31, the boys 400-meter dash under 20. It seems that only 3 athletes participating in this one. We have Royal Modeste of Runners. We have Randio John, Lydon George, Kyle Victor, Stephen Phillip. Those are the athletes that are entered. But it seems to be the 2 athletes, Kyle Victor, Stephen Phillip of SCRC, and the Randio John of 473 MVP.
I don't think
they're doing this.
Good job.
They're doing this. Yeah, they're doing that. Which one?
SCRS. The 2 SCRS athletes on the outside.
They're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the boys under 20. Right. And they have
that is a final.
Yeah.
They're on the starters orders.
Modeste of Runners.
Modeste, Victor, and Philip.
Yeah.
They're off and running. A great start. That's John is running very well, but outside of them I can see that's Kylie Victor. He's moving very smoothly down on the outside and down to the home. Stephen John is also there. These 2 athletes on SCRC are fighting it out. And then we have Randio John who's at the back of them. They're going down the back straight now with just over 220 meters to go, and it's going to be close between the SCRC. Kylie Victor of SCR has the lead. Stephen Phillip is right there on his heels and closing. They're coming towards the top of the straight now. It's still Victor who has the lead from Phillip. They're coming to the home stretch. Victor is holding on. He's digging deep. He's moving away from him. It's going to be close as they're coming towards the line. But it's going to be Victor as he's coming towards the line. He's holding on. This Phillip is trying desperately to get there. He won't do so. There's all Kyle Phillip of SCRC. He comes towards the line, wins it very easily. Stephen Phillip is in second. And in third position is Randy O'John of MVP.
It's Modest of runners.
Huh?
Modest of runners, 103. 109. Modest of runners. Modest of runners, yeah, 109.
So
third place.
Third place, right, okay. Lydon George scratched SCRC. So it's Lydon George of SCRC, the winner, 51.86.
And
Kyle Victor, SCRS, 52.80. And then Rural Modest of runners, 58.93.
0.93.
Yeah. So we get a shot put. That's Kelsey Morel on your screen to the left. Young talent in the shot put. Actually, in the Carifta Games the year before, she's the only athlete that brought home a medal. She's a very young lady, very powerful lady.
Who's that?
That's Kelsey Morel.
Yeah.
And we expect a lot of great things from her. She too is training. Continuous training, and very disappointed that the Carifta Games this year has been cancelled.
And we're getting ready for the 400 meter plus under 20 men or boys. We've got Kyle Gibson, Trackblazers, lane 1. Jared Sylvester, Trackblazers, lane 2. Jelani Franklin, MVP, lane 3. Gamali Felix, unattached, lane 4. Lane 5, Adiem Peters, ace. Troy Mason, ace, lane 6. Brent Charles, ace, lane 7. And Nickel Walters, Trackblazers, lane 8. Would he get that qualifying time now? We would be cheering on Nickel Walters.
Certainly. And I want to see how he runs.
Lane 1.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yeah. Okay. 20 plus event.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward here to see. I think they're going to go under 48 seconds. Under 49 seconds.
That will be a great run. And we expect at 20 plus, that is the kind of times that is expected of them.
So will they get to low 48s, under 48 seconds? Only time will tell.
I'm looking between 46, 47. The record in this event is 44.59. It's held by Aline Francique since 2004. So it's
the stadium record is 44.26 by Stephen Gardner.
Stephen Gardner is an international athlete. Actually, he's one of the favorites for the Olympics. I think he's injured at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah. But so it is a big ask for these guys here.
Well, in looking at the times here, we've got Gamali Phoenix running 46.2 unattached. We've also got Adam Peters running 47.60. So going under 48 seconds is not impossible. We've got 2 athletes already running under 48 seconds. We've got Jelani Franklin, who's very close. He's ran 48.20. And the athlete also Troy Mason, who's run 48.64. So
most of the athletes there is around 48.
Yeah. So let's see. Gamali is in lane 1, and would he get there? And Jared in lane 2. This is going to be an exciting race. Boys, 20 plus 400 meter Whitsuntide final here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Should I say who wants to be the next Kirani?
Certainly, we need about 3 more Kiranis so that we can field a 4x4 team in the Olympics. It's time for us to do that.
And they're off. The early running, who wants it here? Looks still even. Nobody's got the jump yet. but the athlete in lane 4 looks like he's catching up and running well, and that's Gamali Felix. Of course, you know, he's already posted a time of 46.20, so he's looking good and moving away. He's already made up the stack on everybody on the 200-meter mark. Now they're coming around the bend, and there goes Gamali Felix, and the ace athletes are trying to stay tech and tech with him, especially Kutain, and they go on the bend, and here they're coming off the turn now. In the lead, it's Gamali Felix, and he's right there. He's out front, pumping hard, looking well, high stepping, and here comes Kutain from Ace. Would he catch him? No, Gamali Felix is right there, and he is one now. And I wonder, did they get under 47 seconds? I'm not sure.
This was a good run.
That was a good run, but he's showing his class. He's showing you why he is able to run 46.20. Kept his composure, kept his form, and he's run really well.
And he was pressed all the way to the line, so I think the time was a good one.
Yeah. So let's see what the time is going to be. And here comes Nikhil, making his way to the finish line.
Excellent run by Nikhil.
Yeah. 47.63. Gamali Felix.
Adiam Peters of Ace, 47.78. Troy Mason finished third, 48.59. But I'm really interested to see the time that Nikhil Walters did. A fourth athlete under 1 minute, that's 48.65 by Jelani Franklin.
Of MVP?
MVP, certainly. Kyle Gibson.
Jared Sylvester 48.74. And you know, kudos to Jared Sylvester, who was out for almost 2 years with an injury and now coming back and still being able to run under 49 seconds in the 400.
That's great.
And not even had a full year of training. So kudos to Jared. It is a testament to the hard work he's able to put in a short time. Yeah.
Brent Charles 50, Kyle Gibson 55, and Nikhil Walters, the Para-Olympic athlete, in a time of 1 minute
18 seconds, 0.77.
Yeah, not bad. Taking into consideration, he's participating with athletes who are more physically able than he is. So they're milling around at the shot put with the girls' shot put. Kelsey Morrell. There are 4 athletes from Trailblazers. One minute.
Well, it's good to see the athletes smiling and laughing when they're getting ready to do throws and so on, just making sure that they're loose.
They're enjoying the competition.
Yes, enjoying it, yeah.
It's fun for them.
Well, because when you get to the big stage, that's when it should be fun. All the hard work is done in training.
Precisely. Most of the time in training, you're solitude, especially when they're doing these events, these shot puts and discusses and so. If you're training with a compatriot in the 200 or the 400, you have somebody to kind of cheer you on. But most of these shows, the individual athletes are training by themselves. This is very, very good. Lots of young persons getting involved in the throws. Actually, Augustine, I was really looking forward to seeing I thought we would have had the intercollegiate games this year. I was really looking forward to seeing some good runs. I know a lot of the schools are preparing, but nevertheless, it is what it is. And let's hope next year that we can be able to, for the intercollegiate games, because one of the big games here on the island, where all the secondary schools come together, and for all the bragging rights and for all what it is worth. And also there are persons who come from the different universities scouting for talent to bring back to their universities. So persons train and look forward to that day and see that if they could run good times so that they can get a scholarship to go to the various universities and have the opportunity not only to run for the university, but to have a career development in terms of whatever they want to do, i.e. accounting, civil engineering, or whatever. So that's where we are, and that's a good thing for us here in Grenada. And also, you would appreciate even with the insistence of the COVID and the protocols, we just had a team come here from the football team from St. Vincent and the Grenadines to train here on our island. We've been having some other teams coming here to train. So that it is good for us here in Grenada. And I think maybe not in the not too distant future, restrictions on the protocols of the COVID should be eased, and so that we could have more competitive sport, not only athletics, but as we see, our football is coming back, table tennis is coming back, and other things are coming back. So we are really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am, you know, as a parent who has a daughter in track and field, I have been disappointed with what was allowed for track and field. Because, you know, football was able to happen, basketball was able to happen. The only sporting event that didn't happen at all with or without COVID was athletics. Mm-hmm. And so I make no excuse for it, you know. So that's why I said when I spoke earlier on about the support, that I as a parent made sure I did what I can with the club that I'm involved in to get the athletes out of the home, pass around and pick them up and bring them to the playing field and let them train and then drop them back home, so they're not, you know, mingling with different people, you know, and so on. During the COVID period, you know, we make sure we wrote the ministry. We have a couple of athletes that were national athletes to be able to train during that time. So I did what I can, and I hope
many more people.
I need a lot more people. That's the point. You certainly hit the nail on the head. Who wants to see
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good afternoon, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Midday Draw for today, Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me this afternoon is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair, accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and no is tampered with. At this time, show tickets are ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It's please to play. Good luck. First number this afternoon is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 3, second number. Second number is 2, third and final number. Final number is 8. Sorry, final number is 6. So that's 3, 2, and 6. 3, 2, and 6. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned at the Play With You up next. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everyone, to another Play With Midday Draw for today, Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and no is tampered with. Let's play where you value your dreams and win your way. Good luck. This afternoon's winning Play With number is, check your tickets. Afternoon's winning Play number is 20. Let's recap the number 2020. 20 represents the dream symbol belly. Congratulations, all the winners of this afternoon's. Welcome back, everyone, to another daily cash for midday draw for today, Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, with the game balls with industry standards and no is tampered with. This time, your tickets at hand. It's daily cash for more plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this afternoon's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this afternoon is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 2, second number. Second number is 6, third number up. Third number is 4, fourth and final number. Final number is also 4. Let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 2. The second, 6. Third, 4. Fourth and final is 4. So that's 2, 6, 4, and 4. Congratulations, all winners. Thank you for supporting sports, culture, and the nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful afternoon.